And I appreciate that travel passports up, everything else down. I would be doing this outside, but it's been raining lately, so I'm here. But salute to you all. Salute to Traveler 4444. Anytime y'all see him, show him love. Um, he been lighting up my Cash App, the only one. So salute to him. Even when I'm not live, man. I appreciate the birthday salutes that all y'all gave me last weekend, but salute to everybody that donated for my birthday. I had it like two or three people, so appreciate that. Y'all know it's football day today, so everything gonna be heavy on football. I'm gonna start doing like I guess the off-camera podcast again, radio format. I might do those again, but most people like for you to be on camera nowadays, so that's the difference. And then when I'm on camera, I like to be out and about. I need a cigar bag. I need a cigar bag. Haven't had a cigar in a while, so um, I'm tired. I am tired, yo. Working every day, doing double time is draining me. But I got a goal, man. I got a goal I need to reach. Um, I wish I could tell y'all about this second income. I've cracked the code on a second income. Some people want me to come to but it's gonna put me in the spotlight of people that I don't want to be in their spotlight. So, but it's a second income. One day I'll be able to tell y'all. One day I'll be able to tell y'all. And it'll surprise you how much proof I have. People around me who doubted me, who didn't believe it, they've been shocked. They're like, yo, how the hell is this happening? So one day I'll be able to tell y'all, not right now. Some things you gotta keep to yourself. I know we wanna go tell everybody. This is not one of those times. That's why now I keep my travels to myself. I keep the women that I'm around to myself. I keep showing old clips, old pictures of women. And y'all are ruthless. And what y'all do online is just crazy to people. How y'all attack people and all of that is just crazy to me. So how y'all try to look into people's business. Y'all got too much time on your hands. I'm glad my audience isn't like that. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the audience that I have. Grown men who doing something in life. Everything has just been about work. Yeah, I'm leaving the country in a couple of weeks. So I'll be somewhere new. Old but new for me, because I haven't traveled in a month and a half. Last time I left it was in Costa Rica. Now I'm about to go somewhere again. I'm gonna travel. I'll probably be moving around every month and a half, every 2 months, month and a half. Oh man, so it is what it is. I'm looking online. Um, like I'm looking online. There's a lot of interesting things going on. South Africa, you know what they're dealing with Trump and his sanctions, saying that they're targeting one group of people when that's not true. If you read what the South African government signed, um, you know what amazes me? You can go to somebody else's land This what always amazes me, how they think like that. That's what they like. Yo, we can't hide, we can't lie to them. The only thing we can do is try to be slick. But these people are so smart now that we can't be slick. You go on somebody else's land, you take over somebody else's land, you create 70% of the farming that happened in that land, you put everybody else on restrictions, the people of that land, then you say, oh, we're gonna move out, but we still got 70%. Instead of you transferring everything back to you and going back to the place you came for the last past 40, 50, 60 years. Um, that's just astounding to me. Same way they doing in Palestine. And it's hard to see this and not say anything. Trump is saying, oh, I guess, well, we bombed them. They can't go back. It's devastation. They need to go somewhere else while we take over that land. We knew what y'all was doing from the beginning. We knew what you all were doing from the beginning. You guys aren't slick. Same way they do in South Africa, same way they doing in Palestine, same way they did in Australia, same way they did in the United States of America, which we call it now, right? To the native indigenous people, not just people that look Indian. It was still other people that look like me that were here. They did that to all of these places, man. Say, look at the Arabs did in Morocco and all of these other places. They weren't there from the beginning. They weren't. So it's just like when you see this stuff, it's like, dude, to do it and see it in real time instead of thousands of years ago, where it was more like chaos and things being all over the place. To see it in real time, J. Clyde, what up, yo? To see it in real time is just amazing to me. So it's just funny to me. But when you look at the history, you read thousands upon thousands of people's writings and different, and to ascertain that and put that in your memory bank to remember the dates and stuff like that. They're assuming that some of us won't do it. They're assuming that we won't read enough, that we got, yeah, no, my life is boring. All I'm consist of is travel. Information, travel, work, writing books. I got 4 things I do daily. 4. Work, write books, right? Or pages in books, right? For my latest book that's going to be released. Learn language. Just think about that. Same thing I do every day. And read up on stuff. Whether it be past things that I've learned to sharpen up on those things or newer things. I do the same 4 things every day and don't care to do anything else. I don't care to go out and party in clubs. See, that's what they got me twisted. I don't care to mess with no women in the United States of America. Yaquab, what up? I don't care to do none of that. You know what I realized, right? Why I can learn so much and so much information, I can do that, and as well as travel and all of those things, and I focus on that, right? When you realize how boring women are in the United States of America, that'll change change everything you need to. When you actually look at women and see how boring they are and how you have to entertain them, change everything for you. It'll literally change everything for you. You are the one that's being entertaining. You. They lean on you. And when you don't want to entertain them, they call you boring. Let me repeat. When you don't want to entertain them, they call you boring. And then they set their sights on other things that they think are boring. Yeah. Y'all missed the whole context of this. So they have nothing to do. They have nothing to talk about. They learn. You know what women try to do, and we allowed them to do that for so long. You know how you very people complain about Floyd Mayweather. Y'all go and say, "Oh, I don't like Floyd Mayweather. He's this, he's that," and Floyd Mayweather's a runner. Here's the difference. TMI, what up, yo? He's out in damn Dominican Republic doing his damn thing, yo. Yo, y'all support his channel. Y'all support his Cash App. He actually on the ground out there in the DR, yo. Kevin Johnson, what up, y'all? He said, I concur with that sentiment. Very true words. Positive journey. Salute, brother. Yo, go support that man channel. Yo, so get this. The crazy part about it is, you guys hate Floyd Mayweather. You say he's running. You say he do this. He do that. He doesn't box. He's just. I get it. Floyd Mayweather is a counterpuncher. You guys lay down and deal with women in the United States of America that are counterpunchers. Let that sink in. You're okay with women having the Floyd Mayweather life moniker actions, right? Activity, but you hate Floyd Mayweather. Prime example. If you sitting there, babe, this is what they say. That's their thing, right? That's what women call you guys who still date them in the United States. Babe, what we gonna do today? You say, oh, well, I'm going to do this. Okay, I'll join you. And then while you're driving, oh, I think we should do this. Or you're sitting there minding your business, right? You're sitting there minding your business. You turn on the TV. She never touched the TV, was in her phone the entire time. She turns on the TV, you turn on the TV. She said, oh, I think we should watch this. You're like, yo, you were sitting there the entire time. You were sitting there the entire time. You go to the kitchen. You go to the kitchen. You start looking at some stuff, trying to make you a salad if you eat salad or whatever you do, juice or whatever you do. Oh, could you get me something? Could you grab me? They've been counterpunchers this entire time. They've taken on the Floyd Mayweather method for eons. You guys have been letting it get away. Everything you do, they gotta comment. You'll say one word, they got a whole sentence for. They've been counterpunchers this entire time, which means they're boring. Because if you don't do nothing, if you just sit there, right? You sit there in your own peace, right? They try to disturb it. They counterpunch your peace. They try to disturb it with an argument, with a gripe, with it's so quiet, with now your peace is disturbed. Men have been allowing this for generations. And now the guys that go overseas are like, yo, I don't care for none of that. If I'm going to go over here, she's going to be okay with me sitting quiet in this room, or she's going to be okay with us not doing anything, or she's going to be okay with, we've allowed them to carry on like Floyd Mayweather, counterpunch everything we do, but because they're beautiful, because we find them attractive. They're not beautiful. You find them attractive, so it's very subjective. They might could look like Flavor Flav, and some of you dudes are still dating them, trying to say, well, I dated all the models, and they ain't, no, that isn't a reason to date Flavor Flav because you dated all the models and they gave you problems. Come on, man. So just think about that. Just think about that. So you now are in this cycle where, like the lady, go to my TikTok, is at 400 views, right? The lady that had the gym crush started crying because the dude didn't want to be with her. She's not modernly convinced she's not attractive. She has a big grill, big wide mouth. She's not attractive. Let's just call it what it is. She's not butt ugly, but she's not attractive. So she attracted to him. He don't want to deal with her or whatever like that, leading her on and stuff like that. But he's not really into her. He's a pretty boy. That's what she said, right? She started crying, can't function, couldn't eat because her dude that she knew from high school, which she called her gym crush, is not her gym crush. She knew him from high school. He don't want to deal with her. Here's the kicker. I did the video. I said, listen, you know what's crazy about this whole situation is dudes who got their passport, we treating it just like when you want a nice, affordable apartment, what do? You go searching every building, you schedule to go get it done. You got to actually be out there, travel, hands on the ground, looking at the apartment, or you do a virtual tour. Virtual tour. Think about that. I just said that. We're going to hold on to that. Keep that right there. We're going to go somewhere else. When you want a specific car, first thing you do is look at pictures or something like a virtual tour. You go online on YouTube or wherever who has a video of that particular car. Number 2, virtual tour online. Let's keep moving, right? So when you want clothes or fashion or anything like that, it's the same process. You do the same thing. It's the same occurrence. You go on video, you see who got fashion, you see pictures and all that. You do all of that, right? You go actually see the product and say, okay, this will look good on me. I can never be infatuated with a woman, whether it's a celebrity. I don't care if you fill in the blank. I don't want to name people because y'all like, she. So fill in the blank. I can never be infatuated with a woman in the United States of America. Never. I can't, not a celebrity. I don't care who name you name. Oh, yo, I don't care what you say, she bad. You don't have our travel mind. You're not there yet. You got the passport, you've gone out the country, but your cadence, right, for desire has not matured. Your cadence as far as desire has not matured. When that matures, then I can say you're just like us. Because you'll say, oh, I don't care what you say, she bad. Okay. Yo, I'll chop it up with you later, man. What you doing later? Yo, hit me up. Yeah. Get the fuck out of here. Be around you again. Yo, man, look who I got in my phone. Nah, dog, yo, just look for a second, see who I'm talking about. Nah, dog. And I'm looking like this. I look down at the phone, closing my damn eyes. Good time, Gregor, what up, yo? Thomas, what up? TMI laughing. So, just think about that. I'm looking at your phone with my eyes closed. I don't care who you got in your phone. I don't care about no actress. I don't care about no celebrity. I don't care who you seen in the... Hell, I don't even care about the foreign women that you took pictures of. I don't care. I don't care if you go overseas, you see a bad chick, you take a picture of her. I don't care. I don't. I'm not going to be infatuated with her. I'm not going to want to desire her. No, I want to get my own version of that when I get there. So I don't want to put who you think is, no, because that's not, most of the time it's not what I'm attracted to. I've settled before, but I'm attracted to women that weigh 120 pounds. It's just me. I love a slim woman. I don't like them grim dead like Jay Clyde, but I love a slim woman. I do. So if you show me a lady with big butt, and I'm like, yo, I had all that. I tried to say, yo, let me get with her. Nah, it was just too much for me. I was like, I want a woman that's slim and has a nice little curves and got a little like sort of like Tiana Taylor. You saw her recently with the flag football. If y'all haven't, go online and see her. See how Tiana Taylor, her face is, no, her face ain't it, no, for me. But that body right there, Tiana Taylor, right there, in that flag football, that small, thin waist, those small arms. I don't like all of those. Y'all like the women with the chunky arms. I can't do it. To where they put both of their arms out and start shaking it. That flab is gonna have them take off somewhere, flying like a bird. If they could get their arms moving that rapidly. Me, I can't do it. I've tried it. Y'all see me in pictures with thicker women in Brazil, and I was like, and you see my last woman in Brazil who I was Bruna. Man, Bruna rocked out. She could go do her thing when I'm not around. I don't care about that. But when I'm in town, we rocked out. We rock out. Bruna is a nice little, and Bruna's pretty skinny. I'm not even gonna lie, Bruna's pretty skinny. J. Clyde and Good Time Grego know who I'm. Good Time Grego in here. J. Clyde in here. They know how skinny Bruna is. Bony. But I just liked her. She do her thing when I'm not in town. Who cares? But her and I was cool. So it wasn't about nothing sexual. It was just like, yo, she is one of the coolest farm women. And J. Clyde and all of them would be around. And Bruna, I'll say, no, don't put your, like for instance, she had the vape, right? And I told the guys, I was like, yo, don't offer that to her. I'm told her in Portuguese. I said, don't. She said, yeah, she. She told me in Portuguese, oh man, it ain't nothing wrong with them trying to vape. They just trying it. She told me basically to hush. J. Clyde was looking like, that was funny. She offered J. Clyde and Grego her vape. Yeah, that was funny, man. J. Clyde was like, yo, that was J. Clyde know what I'm talking about. He was sitting right there. That's what I like. I like a group of fellas going out, like leaving the country together. Yo, that to me is so dope. When you got a group, like for instance, I could leave right here, and go to chill where Grego's at. I could leave right here, right now, and go chill where Grego's at. If I want to go with J. Clyde at, I was like, yo, what location you at? I'm going in. We hanging out. We stopped doing the thing where we don't really have time for each other and stuff like that. J. Clyde been on that more so than me and Grego, because J. Clyde be on the, is different from him, like because of his situation. J. Clyde really rocking out with somebody, but J. Clyde was the one who, before, because when I went to Medellin last time and I met J. Clyde out there, right? He had lots of time. Man, J. Clyde hung out like every night, yo. So J. Clyde was like, yeah, yo, where you at? I was like, I'm back in the, he was like, all right, yo, I'm coming out there. Me and J. Clyde rocked out, so we did. She got J. Clyde on them, right? Skinny is better. Yeah, Bruna had, J. Clyde that was J. Clyde's first vape. Yeah, that was J. Clyde's first one. J. Clyde was like, I can't do the cigars. J. Clyde was like, you guys have the cigars. That is toxic. Cigars, bro. I smoked the 80 gauge. Y'all know how big my cigars are. Pause. But J. Clyde was like, I am not putting no cigar to my face. J. Clyde was like, it ain't happening. Y'all see how it's sucking the life out of my face? I smoked so many of them. I look older than, well, if I cut this beard, because y'all know before I had to cut the beard about a month ago, about 2 months ago, I had to cut my beard because something spilled on my beard. Well, every time I cut my hair on my face, people think I'm younger than what I am. So I'd rather keep this beard and look old than to try to look young. Bruna cool, she brought a chick back from the dark side. Bruna was about to throw hands. Bruna was in the bathroom. I don't know. J. Clyde and Grego want me to tell that story. Bruna was in that bathroom. and things wasn't right, Bruna, all right, you mess with Bruna if you want to. Bruna's from the Bruna's like one of the Bruna's like the lady from Ozark. Bruna's like the lady from Ozark. Man, she just cool to be around. She just cool to be around. No love thing or anything like that. Bruna's just cool. She just like when you find somebody like that who'll beat a chick down for you over, and you don't have to go. Nothing happens to you. Yo, she was like, yo, you crossed in the line. So, um, but that bathroom incident, J. Clyde knew what I'm talking about. Oh, Grego, yeah. Bruno's very motherly. It seemed like most of the chicks that are like, they have a side that you don't want to cross. They got very good hearts. They got very good hearts. Yo, it was a chick. What happened was the chick drunk too much. She was feeling, I don't know. Me, J. Clyde, and Grego think they were on drugs. Me and J. Clyde and Grego think they're on drugs. Let me just give y'all a story. J. Clyde, that's where you met Bert Ross over there. He came in, said what's up, and then left, right? So it was a night, yo. They had these gangsters in there, right? They had these gangsters. Flip Flop was in there too. He was in there too. From Dominican Republic, Flip Flop, he was in there too. So we rented we rented a spot, right? We rented a booth, a section, right by the stage. So they had all of these Argentinians partying, going crazy, white Argentinians going crazy or whatever like that, having a good time. We think they doing coke. They said two of the guys were kissing. I was like, what? They was doing some wild stuff. They must be the rich people of Argentina. Had to be, right? So they were down there partying. Wait, is this the same episode? Yes, it's the same one. It's the same one. We did so many club rented out like booths like in the club. We did so many of them. It's hard to count. The biggest one was for my birthday, I think. I don't know. So now that was the best birthday I've ever had, yo. That was one of the best birthdays I've ever had, ever, hands down. Partying with my peeps out in Brazil, sign being brought out with my name on it, drinks galore, birthday wishes, and then can be with a beautiful woman at the end of the night. It was just like, it capped it all off, then wake up the next morning and do it all again. That was the dopest. That's why they better watch out once I get situated and settled, man, and man, they better watch out, yo. Yeah, so they was chilling, and it was this big dude. He was probably like big Brazilian. He was probably literally about 6'3". Man, this dude was massive. Like, no. I'm talking about this dude, he was like Ronnie Coleman, right? He was standing at the front with a bald head, t-shirt on, and it was dudes in the section with mad jewelry, looked like they had paper, but you could tell they street dudes, right? You could tell they locked stuff down from the street. So we over there partying, having fun. So I don't know how old girl got in there. I was so busy partying. J. Clyde and them said I was out of it. They said I was having a blast. J. Clyde and them said I was going crazy. I was sweating so bad also. I was sweating like crazy, man. I was dancing, chilling, hyping up. Like when I come around, people like, yo, when I'm not around, it's boring. Let's just call it what it is. J. Clyde and Grego could disagree with me, but they know when I come to party. I'm gonna hype that party up. People like eventually I'm gonna get there, and the party's just gonna start jumping. It's just gonna start going through the roof. I don't care what y'all say. I get parties going. I got the energy for it. A lot of guys don't. I do, and a lot of guys that are older than me. So I'll always be sometimes the youngest in the crew, right? Grego's older than me. J. Clyde is older than me. Like if I hang out with TMI, he's older than me. Mike is older than me. All of these fellas are older than me. I'm the youngest of all of them, but I'm the old man out of all of them also. Sometimes I be too deep in thought. Sometimes when I should be relaxing. So I'm the old man, but when it comes to party, I'm gonna get all these old around me up, and they gonna be having fun. So Bruna, that motherly thing kicked in. She's telling me like, yeah, Bruna don't want me partying with those Argentinians. Bruna, she didn't want me to party with the Argentinians. She was trying to pull me. She was like, no, yes, she didn't even want me to pull them up on stage. So every club I ever went to in Brazil, Bruna was with me. Every single one. There's not one time I partied without Bruna. Not one. So every situation, if I get into something, Bruna got my bag, Bruna pulls me away, Bruna like, nah, man, forget that. So she was just cool, nice friend, right? So, so I don't know what happened. I don't know how the girl got over there. All I know is like, man, something wrong with her. Bruna is all of them taking care of her, being motherly, trying to shape her up, trying to help her drink some water. I was like, what in the... It just kicked in. Literally just kicked in with all of the women coming around trying to help this young lady. They all just started, like, it was just a switch. All of us are having fun, all of us are drinking, but it's just a switch. And that amazed me when I saw that. I was like, J. Cloud was like, yeah, man, they over there trying to do their thing and trying to get this girl back revived and trying to get her situated. In other countries, if a chick like that and she by herself, they gonna leave her there. I've seen instances where they just throw her on the side of the street at the club in some of these countries and then keep partying and don't care what happens to her. I don't see how women take, I don't see how they so to go to a spot not knowing some, and you want to think about it, that's worse than in the United States of America. Remember that one story with a chick, it was like 17 degrees outside. The chick went out in a mini skirt with no jacket because she wanted to look attractive, mini skirt, no jacket, right? Her friend went out to party. Now, it was just two of them. They went out to party, they're in the car having fun, and the chick gets back home. Right now, mind you, her friend dropped her off. She was drinking and driving also. She's very drunk. Her friend dropped her off. Notice this, her friend dropped her off at home. It was snow outside. She walked up the steps, right? She walked up the path, right? Going toward the steps. Her friend pulls off. She passes out in the snow. She woke up, they cut off both of her arms. They cut off both of her arms. I want that to sink in. That's why I'm like, I don't understand, like, and that's why guys, every time we're around, like, we always take on that thing where we don't want nothing to happen, or we try to stay on point, and we don't want to drink too much because we know how careless others will get. Like, no matter how much I drink in Brazil, you should see I'm straight. Me and Grego sat, and J. Clyde sat in Medellin. I forgot the name of the bar, but it's a bar where it got, like, some of the most nice-looking Colombian women working there in Parquilleras. I forgot the name of the bar. You know, the dude is from America, and he got a bar out there. I don't know if it's still there. J. Clyde knew that. But we were sitting there. We were going bottle for bottle, shot for shot. I didn't eat nothing. Now, that entire day, this how much I can drink, right? the entire day, I had little or something in my stomach, right? Bro, we finished the first bottle. We got on the second bottle. I said, yo, how much I owe y'all? I left J. Clyde the money or told J. Clyde I was going to give it to him the next day. Grego, what I did? I told her because old girl was meeting me at the hotel. Man, I was finished. I was, bro, I was finished. And out of nowhere, I just was like, my thing clicked and my wherewithal clicked. Bro, you better get right. You got to remember where you are. It just, the moment I start walking down that street, I was like, okay, you got to get right. You got to remember where you are. All of a sudden, all of that drunk stuff and all of that stuff, I was still crazy, but it all turned off. That's crazy how the switch in my mind worked. It all turned off. I was like, okay, get right. Even though I was still feeling queasy from all that liquor we were drinking. And then we had wings on top of it. So, but I think I had a Philly, J. Clyde. If I'm not mistaken, I think I had a Philly. Yeah. No, you know what helped Grego? Oh, girl. She's not one of them Colombians. She ain't even from Colombia. She's from Venezuela originally. So she got, her and all her children were living in Colombia. That's how I met her. And I know her for years. Even talked to her, I even talked to her a couple weeks ago. She was like, when you coming back to Medellin? I was like, you still a good person? And she said, of course. So, you know how things can corrupt people. But yeah, so I was so finished when I got there. I told her go get me a water out the fridge. She brought the water back. I said, no, you drink it first. And let me see it go right there. And she drank it. She was looking around like, I said, no, you drink it first. Don't put your mouth on it, but drink it first. Hold it up to your mouth. I told her in Spanish. She did it. And I was like, okay, swallow, let me see. I saw it. And then I was like, okay, I can drink it. Because both of us going to be passed out in this mouth. Yo, I don't be playing, bro. I could be drinking. When my mind is all about safety. And that's why, my mind is all about how can we leave here safe. Some dudes try to do what I do, and I've heard stories recently. Some dudes say, yo, I seen Yesh, and mention my name and get themselves in trouble overseas. You're not me. You're not me. You're not. I take chances. I do. But people could see the genuine nature from me, and they could tell I really like their culture, even gangsters and thugs. Even gangsters and thugs. They gonna like, bro, I've been around them in Brazil, in Cuba, in Chile, in, what's the other one? Peru. And Peru don't play. So, I've been around them. And they can see, versus they get around you, they know you either doing this for content or they know you're not genuinely, you don't like traveling. You're just doing it because everybody else doing it. Have you noticed all of the people that talk bad about travel are now going overseas? I want that to sink in, and you dudes still trust people like that and listen to their every word. Some of them, they lost some of their audience. But don't listen to nobody that at first you have records of them on video talking bad about travel, but now all of a sudden they're doing what they were scolding us for doing years ago. They called us lame. They said them dudes are weak. They said them dudes can't get women in the States, and so forth and so on. Notice all of that stuff stopped. Where are all of the red pill dating coaches who talk bad about us? Where are they? Most of them are going overseas or talking about going overseas. Where are they? I wait. They're all doing it. They just wanted to do it first, but they was like, oh, damn, I didn't think about that. This will help me in my business to lie to guys and say they need to have game. You don't need to have game overseas. I've never spit not an ounce of game in Portuguese. Never. I've never did it in Spanish. I'm not going to do it in Hebrew. Never. So, all of your favorite dating coaches are overseas doing what we did years ago. And keep traveling, keep doing it. But don't, just be truthful to your audience. Yeah, I'm down the travel movement first and I didn't realize that it was, just say that. Just say that. Just say you jumped the gun. Let's say you jumped the gun. Which was easier to learn? No. Portuguese was the easiest. Bro, Portuguese was the easiest to learn. Of course, Hebrew, and I know a little Polish, but those are more the difficult side. But learning Hebrew is again a challenge. Learning the writing system and stuff like that is a challenge, but we're gonna get there. We're gonna get there, and I'm up for the challenge. Y'all gonna see me speaking in fluent Hebrew by the end of this year. I've been going hard lately, so y'all gonna see it fluently this year, same way I did with Portuguese. But get this. Get this. If I was to put those two together and I was to tell somebody, do you want a pretty woman that you can get with more words just to try to practice bagging her or spitting game to her? Or would you want a pretty woman that you can be yourself around and it's effortless when you're around her and talk to her, you're not fidgety, you're not scary, you're not anything of those kind? He said those men were trying to prove a point about women overseas. I don't watch those against travel vloggers and videos anyway. Yeah. No, they just want their audience. You got to understand they did it for money. So they're sellouts. They'll do anything for money, and which is understandable. It get them in a position where they can travel overseas forever by using guys and lying to them. Versus me, yeah, I don't lie to you all. So of course I'm going to suffer financially because I don't lie to you all. I don't tell you everything. I don't tell you that there's a rainbow on the other side. No, I don't do none of that, and I never will. So of course, the more truthful, what you consider the more pure people are the one that, and I'm using that in quotes, is the people that's going to suffer more. It's just the way it is. I can give you everything, honestly, everything. I can teach you everything, give you everything. You're going to give less to me versus the dude that makes you feel. Y'all operate, a lot of you men who are attracted to these type of like guys who, is basically like you want sweet nothings put in your ear, just like a little woman. A lot of dudes are like that. They'll say, this guy's too raw, this guy's too real, this guy's too honest. But the very moment somebody puts something in your ear that you want to like, oh, he makes it pleasant for me. They've gotten men's minds, right, to operate just how women operate. The agenda was set and you guys fell for it. No, I'll listen to somebody that give it to me raw and pause, a heavy pause. But y'all get what I'm saying. So I'll do that as far as Like I'll listen to them. I want the honesty. I want the 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 truth about everything. I don't care how you. That's why people rather the Democratic approach, where oh, let me tell you everything you want while I stab you on the back, versus the racist side, or let me not even say racist, because a lot of them aren't. I used the wrong word. I'm not going to use that example because I muddied up the example, and then now it's going to kill you to think that I'm honestly going in the example truthfully. So let's just say that. Let me move. Let me move. I'll use it correctly another day and freshly. So just think about that. So they do stuff for their audience, told their audience everything you need, game, you need this, because they were benefiting from it, whether it was views on videos to get them their YouTube money or stuff like that, or Patreon or anything like that. Versus me, I'm like, yo, y'all don't need none of this. You don't need the dating in the United States of America at all. Who is he? I still want to go here. I still want to date in America. I can't listen to him because I'm not going overseas. I'm not going overseas. So that's what it is. That's what it is. So of course I'm not gonna have a strong audience, and then I tell them, yo, you don't need game overseas. What? I want to have game overseas. Well, yo, let me go to a country that speaks nothing but English. Well, if I am gonna go somewhere, let me go to an English-speaking country. That's what most guys. I don't want to go nowhere I don't know the language to. So that's what you start hearing and stuff like that. So I don't operate like that. And of course, I took a beating for being so honest. No book sales and stuff like that. Like all the books, I probably got a few hundred book sales out of the 10 years I've been writing books. But it's cool. I don't complain about it. It's a beating that I tell you. I used to mention it off and on, but now I stopped completely. Of course, I mention it just here. But let me just get back to language. The language is, it's like the pretty woman that you can be around and be yourself, versus the farm woman where you got to go try to convince you are who you are. That's the difference between Spanish and Portuguese to me. That's the difference between those two to me. And again, that's just me. That's just me. That's the difference between, to me, it's like Portuguese makes you relax. Portuguese is more relaxing. Third generation war vet, appreciate that, Cashapp, brother. Appreciate that. It makes you relaxed to me, right? It's more relaxing, the approach on language. Like for instance, que é isso? Like I'm saying three words, and it's just like the way that rolls off. It's just so dope. Like you say, it's just, man, I can get into this, yo. It's just so, it is. ¿Qué estás haciendo? You see that? ¿Qué estás haciendo? ¿Qué estás haciendo? Then I can say that the same thing. Okay, você. Okay, está você fazendo. I just, you see how it's like more like a rhythm. I don't care what nobody say. It's like a rhythm, like a pattern. O que está você fazendo? Look at the pattern. Vagindo. It's just that sweet little sexy pattern. It's like Portuguese. That's why I understand how somebody can just push back on that language and say, well, Spanish is easier to me. You put it in your mind like that. Dudes learn language how they travel. Let me repeat. Dudes learn languages how they travel. Dudes work how they live. Let's put it all in context. If the dude's car is messy, he gonna be at work all over the place and feel like he's drained and something's pulling him because he lives messy. He wakes up, sometimes he don't shower, sometimes he don't wash clothes for months. He lives like that, so he works like that. So he causes drama, into gossip at work, because look at his house, it's messy. That's gossip right there for him. His microwave is filthy, his oven, his fridge, his bathroom is disgusting. Grego been over my crib plenty of times. You will not see me with a disgusting ass house. Just, it ain't happening. I love order, I love discipline, right? Now I'm giving that from a work perspective. Travel, dudes are the same way. They look at it like, the refrigerator is too far for me to return this. Let me sit it next to me and I'll put it back tomorrow. And it piles up. Or they say, oh, I don't feel like cleaning that dish, so let me throw it in the sink, knowing that nobody else is gonna wash these dishes once they start piling up. But let me throw it in this thing, I'll get to it later. Or the bathroom, let me urinate all over this toilet and splash everywhere and clean it later. That's how you do learn languages and travel. The exact same way. Y'all operate like that. Y'all say that in your mind, I'm learning Portuguese, but it's easier to go to DR to speak Spanish and be around Spanish. You're like, okay, cool. And you later find their reasoning. Once you get to know some of these guys, you find their reasoning. You're like, that's why you didn't want to learn Portuguese? Oh yeah, Brazil is too far, man. The ladies are right there. They learn language how they travel. You be like, what? Brazil, oh, it's hard for me to learn Portuguese. Only thing that they're doing is putting in their mind, Brazil is too far. Portugal is too far. Mozambique is too far. I learn language how I get on the plane. They get on the plane, 3 hours, they in a Spanish-speaking country versus 8 hours, 7 hours in getting to Brazil. 9 hours. Dudes learn languages how they look at how far the piece of vagina is. If the piece of vagina is far, that language is obsolete. It's when you get in the psyche, this is what I'm saying, I've been doing this for too long for y'all to tell me I'm wrong. I done talked to thousands of men over the years, thousands. Whether it's in consultation, whether it's in airports, whether it's in the business that I'm doing about travel and what they think about travel, and recorded a lot of these instances. So I see dudes travel how they learn languages. They learn languages how they travel, I should say. If it's too far for them, the language is going to be too difficult to ascertain. If it's closer nearby, they'll learn it in a second, or try to. They'll be engulfed in it. Oh, I gotta learn this. I'll just be sitting there like, this is just terrible. I didn't learn Spanish because of no woman, or I gotta get to the country. No, I didn't learn Portuguese because I had to get to, no, I want to speak Portuguese. So when I meet somebody, whether in the United States of America or afar, I would know how to speak to them or engage in conversation. That's the difference. I'm not learning Hebrew so I could go to Israel. No. I'm not learning Polish. I'm not going to learn Arabic. I'm not going to do all of that. Like, these are languages that I have books on. People have seen my book collection with languages. I don't think nobody have more language books than I have. We weighed my language books when I put it on the scale in the airport, right? I got literally, and the bag is probably from low soda bag that I had. Um, I'm talking about massive that I gave to the guy downtown that we gave, Low gave the clothes to. He gave all his fly stuff. I'm talking about Prada, Fendi, Gucci. He gave that dude all his clothes. That was crazy. Dude just got out of prison. We showed love. That's what we do. So we got together. Yo, you give him that. I go to the storage. I get this. We give that young man that just got out of prison, a tough life, some stuff that he can start all over with. Even though it's going to be a long road ahead, difficult. That bag, you can put 2 bodies in there. That's how big the bag was. I had that filled with books. That bag weighed over like 400 pounds in nothing but language books, nothing but notebooks to study language when we weighed it. That bag was so big, it had its own roller. I'm talking about, it literally stood probably about 5 feet if I stood it up next to me. 4.5, 5 feet. Nothing but books. Even if I'm not going to learn a language, let me skim through it every day. And again, maybe put it in my memory bank to remember certain words from that particular language, even though I'm not studying the language in its entirety as of now. So just think about that, yo. Dudes learn languages, how they travel, yo. And that's terrible, man. So if you're all over the place, of course you're not going to pick one language because you're all over the place. You think traveling to different countries just to say you're going there and you travel there gives you cachet. No. You be there, oh, I was there for 2 weeks. I went to India for 2 weeks. I left there, went to Sudan. I left there and came back to this side of the United States, and I was in Panama. You're just jumping around. I go places where I want to, like, one day I'm going to set my, and so by the time I get there, my language will be crystallized. It'll be crystal. And that's what I'm working toward. That's definitely what I'm working toward. Again, it takes time, but knowing how to speak both languages is just dope. Y'all see me on camera on TikTok, and I do it all the time. People be sitting there, they'll come to this building, they say, yo, how the hell do you know how to speak Portuguese? They be so enamored. And I say, oh, I learned in my apartment. Y'all don't want to listen. Y'all don't got enough discipline. Y'all don't have my discipline, y'all. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. Y'all don't. It's hard to be disciplined like I am. I can go without touching a woman for years. Years. I could go not focused on a woman for years. Not watching porn or none of that. Y'all don't have that resolve. Y'all don't. Y'all don't have where you focus, where you can sit there, pick up a book, and actually finish it. For instance, that's why I don't promote my books on here, because I know y'all not gonna buy them. I know y'all not. Y'all buy the travel book. Y'all buy that easy. Y'all buy that travel book easy. As always, the Passport Bros book always selling. They'll skip over a sci-fi. They'll skip over. I put this book out. Don't read. Y'all see this? Don't read. Right? This is my first of them. This is about a young lady who Dr. Korhan injected her with, well, we don't know who injected her with parrot DNA. We don't know. But it's Dr. Korhan's combination of genetics that his work was injected in her. She became a savant. Now, if you got parrot DNA, you can mimic and do things that you never thought you could do. But she had an interesting life, a hard life, and then come to find out, she finds out who she is, but by then, it's too late. So, this book is dope. Go get this. It's genetic engineering, a little sci-fi, a little romance, a little, um, well, a bunch of drama. But she every time she has sex with a man, she mimics him. Ain't that crazy? So she got with a dude like Big Meech in here. She got it with a dude like Big Meech, and y'all got to see what happened. You thought Griselda? Hold up. You thought Griselda was something? Read this and see what she did. Oh man, y'all gotta go get that book. Y'all gotta go get that. I just got a couple sales this morning off of it. I appreciate it. So it started to gain its ground. I guess people are starting to like it. When I start seeing them stars on Amazon, then we'll go from there. This book I took off. I took offline because I'm redoing it. I pulled this book down offline. Critical thinking, don't be dim. You see that? That's why I think so clearly, and that's why stuff come to me so easily. Yo, you know what I noticed? My word count on Microsoft Word is wrong. Do you know I was writing 70,000 and 80,000 words and didn't know it? It kept saying you only had 50,000 words. You only had 38,000 words. I just recently found that out. I was like, what? So I'm writing 70,000, 80,000 page books and don't even know it. It's crazy, bro. Because I refuse to update the thing on Microsoft. No, paying $20 a month to update for the past 10 years. Y'all have to think about how much I've been paying, even when I wasn't using it. I didn't use it for a couple of years because I was stuck. I couldn't write no more. And so they was charging me $20 a month for the past 10 years. So, but yeah, so, oh man. Yeah, so just go grab the book, the game, I'm gonna get ready. I think I'm gonna go to the cigar spot real quick, stay there for like probably about 30 minutes and then leave out. So I gotta call Dave and see what they up to. Everybody getting ready for the game tonight. Everybody. Again, I got the Eagles. When you got Saquon on your team and he running like that, it's gonna be tough to beat a team with a good running back, man. Especially when it's on the line, it's the big game. Hopefully the refs don't get in the way, and yo, I don't care what nobody say. They called games for Mahomes different. I don't care what nobody say. They call games for him differently. And it's sad that this is in front of the world and we're watching the NFL cheat on a lot of those games, because some of those calls in his last few games, they called passing, roughing the quarterback, and people damn near tapped him, and they called roughing it, but it happened to the other quarterbacks on the other side, and the refs didn't throw out one flag. And you can clearly see this, yo. So that's why I don't really get into these games anymore. That's why I don't get into sports, period, anymore. Because if we remove the refs, put like, I'll say about 150 cameras around the court, and put people inside of booths and just send a signal to the two refs that the refs don't have to run up and down the court at all. They could just stand in the middle, right at the half court line or the 50-yard line in football. You put all cameras around, and the cameras got to catch everything. 150 cameras, whether it's a basketball court, whether it's the NFL stadium, 150 cameras viewing everything, 150 of them. Remove the refs, sit them at the 50-yard line, or if it's in basketball, sit them at the half court line, right in front of the scorer's table. Only thing, when they see it on camera, a foul or anything like that, they blow their whistle at that moment. Only at that moment, where all of the cameras and the people that's in the production room, is able to, and they watching all of them, the footage, and we can see all of the footage, then you'll change sports. But it's too much gambling, it's too much stuff that's corrupting sports now to where we don't, like, that's why I don't, it's not, you can't be a logical thinker and think sports are real. You just can't. You cannot be a logical thinker and take sports seriously. You just can't. You got to be able to shoot the shit, as they say, and not take it so seriously. But let me get out of here, man. I appreciate Third War, Generation War Vet for the only one donating. Appreciate you, man. Thank you. I'm out of here.